Hey, this is Napendra. I took CS50 extension, and for my final project, I built a Flask-based app called Pardon Me. It's a lot of fun. Um, Basically, what it does is it takes a bit of what we learned with regards to the MVC type model, but it integrates in Google Cloud's cloud speech to text, and specifically, I'm not going to log in, but it takes the API in Flask, and it lets you convert a local file uh, into a transcription using whatever AI algorithm they have here. You'll notice it's kind of similar to problem set 8 or finance, but now it includes kind of a bit of kind of the API and encoding in FLAC. So if I run it, what happens is you'll notice it obviously has a similar structure like the MVC type structure here. Things like registers still work in a really similar kind of way, but if I use this for a user I've already created, what you'll notice here is there's kind of two things that are happening. So the transactional thing is where you actually put in a FLAC file that's local and it transcribes it. The other thing is once you do that, it's pushing it into a database, and then the archive will pull up all of these. So to show you an example here, what I did is, since this is local files running off of the IDE, I uploaded 10 kind of test FLAC files, ranging from myself speaking into the mic to recordings of Brian or even Bill Gates just playing in the background. And I used this like nifty little web tool and then uploaded it into the IDE here. So those are the kind of the different test files. So if I actually go here and I try one of these, so if I do test5.flag, this is where now in kind of the application.py, it's calling on the API, and I had to like set the Google Auth ID, which took a while, and it's pulling back this transcript. So this is one where I recorded myself saying, this is another recording where I'll try to hurt the confidence by saying things like beep. You know, I was trying to make noises to see how that would affect the confidence interval. Didn't seem to do much, but in the way of hurting confidence. But you'll see I can do this for kind of several of them. So if I do test3.flag, similar kind of thing. So here it's running, it's calling on the API, and really what took me a while was a lot of kind of the actual authentication with the API. But you see this works as well. And now what I'm able to do is I'm able to go to an archive, because what it's doing is it's submitting db execute and pushing it into a database. And here the last two things are showing up here, using again archive.html page that uses Jinja to call from the database the file name, the transcript, and confidence intervals, everything that Bob has ever pulled, Bob being the user that's logged in right now. And all of these buttons work in kind of a similar manner too. And then, yeah, so that's my final project. I think really what took quite a while was figuring this out. And I specifically, out of kind of all of this, used, if I go to kind of the how-to guides, I believe I used the short audio files because they do synchronous speech, but really asynchronous speech is not that much harder, except I was worried I would have to pay. So that's what I did, and this is, pardon me, my final project. So thank you.